Hello, I'm Landis, and welcome back to Purrfect Date. Now, it's time for us to finish Chunga's story. 9. More socks doesn't seem to be getting better. Time to put my veterinary training to the test. Let's go. I'm worried about Socks. None of the treatments so far seem to be clearing up his wound. Clearing the area with saline solution seemed to do the trick at first, but after a few days the site got too sore to touch, even with a soft cotton pad. Not seeing any positive results, I decided to swallow my doubts and use cream 116. I'm worried that I should have stuck with my gut feeling and not used the cream, because now it's even worse, and I've exhausted my options. How best to proceed? I decide to ask the professor for his advice. Sorry to disturb you, sir, but I need your advice on socks. Send pic, please. I snap a picture on my catalogue and send it to the professor. Yes, that does look nasty. Have you tried cream 116? Stage 1 protocol was used first, cleaning it with saline solution, etc. But I've tried the cream since. Still inflamed. Persevere with cream. Takes a while, but will pay off. I feel doubtful, but resign myself to the professor's seniority. If unsatisfied, try steroid formula in fridge. Red bag. I rummage around the fridge until I find the red bag behind a box of vitamin supplements. Got it. Thank you for your help, sir. I pour the milk into a small bowl, and am relieved that Sock seems to like it. I sit with him as he laps it up, and keep an eye on him for a while. After about an hour, I'm satisfied he's sleeping happily, and all his vital stats are normal. Ooh. I'm sitting on my bunk looking around at the empty tent. It has been my home for the past 8 weeks. It's astonishing how much rubbish you can accumulate in such a short period of time. It's taken me hours, but I finally sorted everything out and have my bag packed. In some ways I wish I was staying, but I know if I'm going to make any more progress on the antidote, I will need expert help, the kind I can only get on the mainland. So it's time to head out. There's just one thing left to do. I make my way to the place where Fluffy Butt and I have spent so much time together. I was hoping I would find him here, nosing through his collection of treasures and artifacts. The hollowed out tree looks almost sad, neglected. I remain a safe distance to avoid the effects of the danger zone. But even from this far I get the feeling the Major hasn't been here for a while. I'm gutted. I wanted to say goodbye in person. Major, are you here? When I'm satisfied he's nowhere around, I take out the small pillow I made from one of my t-shirts. It doesn't seem a lot, but I put so much effort into making it. I've stitched our names in a little heart. I drew some seagulls around the edges and stuffed it with catnip. Bit needy. I thought he might appreciate a bit of comfort. With his advancing years, I only hope Snooty Booty doesn't get her claws into it. I place it at the foot of the mighty tree, under a couple of palm leaves, and make my way to the dock without looking back. So sad. Joe, the strange boy who runs the ferry with his dad Bob, is waiting at the jetty. You're almost late. I'm not in the mood for nonsense today, I feel miserable. But I'm not though, am I, Joe? Almost late is not late. Something got you got? I ignore him and make my way onto the boat. Don't trust him. Then just as we begin navigating our way out to open water, something on the land catches my eye. I can just make out the shape of a fluffy orange blob, waving from the end of the jetty. Oh my goodness. And I wave back frantically. Someone come to see you off? Yes, it's the Major. Bye, Major. It's been an adventure. I can't see no one. I'm going a bit mental. Look just there. The ball of orange. The tomcat. Joe's gone very quiet, and when I glance at him, he's eyeing me suspiciously. Oh, that's a shame. What? Oh, bloody hell. Dad? Something wrong, son? This one's sick. I don't understand, I'm fine. Bob appears from the driver's cabin. Right, son, you take care of the steering wheel. Good lad. Joe does as he's told, leaving Bob and I face to face. There's something wrong, Bob? I'm afraid there is. Nothing personal. I happen to like you. He reached into his pocket and is aiming something that looks like a pistol at me. I laughed nervously. This must be some kind of prank. It's just, we can't have you going back to the mainland and infecting normal people, can we? Before I can answer, everything goes black. God damn it. Oh, we only had one successful date with Fluffy Butt. Wow. Let's try again. We're gonna do better this time. Who are we gonna be this time? Hugh. Hugh. Let's have Hugh. I wonder if it's just gonna be the same start every time. Chapter 3. It was a long boat journey. Hey, they skipped it. My legs are a bit wobbly as I make my way up the wooden jetty to meet the security guard who's come to collect me. ID. I rummage around my bag until I find the laminated security pass I was issued with on the mainland. Oh, he looks so happy. Come on, Ian, follow me. I have to walk at quite a pace to keep up with him. Not the social type, so we trek in silence until we're in the camp and outside a large tent. He's waiting for you in there. Yeah, glad to have you on board, Hugh. Shall we just go through a few formalities and then call it a day, so you can get some rest before you start work properly tomorrow? Sounds good to me, sir. So, first, shall we have a little refreshment? Have water, coffee, or something stronger, perhaps. Whiskey. We'll have whiskey again. It's a bit early in the day, but sure, why not? I'll have a small whiskey. Oh dear, it would seem I'm all out. I do believe I have a bottle of gin around here somewhere, though. He takes a huge glug from the green bottle before passing it to me. Feeling away for peer pressure, I take a far bigger gulp than I expected, which causes me to choke, so that the professor has to slap me on the back. Steady, Hugh. We spend the next hour going through my kit, all typical stuff apart from the super gadget. It's called a catalogue. It does all sorts of swanky things, even plays music. I meet some of the local cats and learn how to scan them with it, which was a lot of fun. Finally, I'm shown to my tent to settle in for the night. Okay, good, so they do condense it. While I'm unpacking, I find something very interesting under my bed. It's the personal journal of the previous research assistant, the one before me. As I read, I begin to discover that there's a lot more going on here than I was told about. It's hard to believe this stuff is true. Maybe the last researcher was prone to flights of fancy. Still, it makes great bedtime story material, and I stay up reading until my eyelids begin to close. In spite of my best efforts to reach the end, I drift into a deep sleep. Let me guess what happens next. I wake with a start. I can hear the rustling of paper coming from the tent flap. It's a cat with something in its mouth. It has the journal. The little bastard. Wait! Let's run off into the night. I'm chasing the cat at full speed into the forest. I must get that book back. It has everything I need to know in it. I start to feel woozy and realize too late that I've strayed into the danger zone. I'm going to be sick. I close my eyes tight and drop to my knees. I open my eyes, and Calico Cat is standing in front of me. It drops the journal from its mouth. Ruh-oh. I pass out. Oh, so here we go again. You assholes. Hello, can you hear me? Are you okay? Here we go again. Move back a bit, let them breathe. Has it been bitten? The Sphinx cat standing over me, staring as I open my eyes. Yeah, it's definitely bitten. Look at its hand. bring my hand up to my face, and through my blurry vision I can make out several deep scratches and puncture marks. The cats watch me intently. Is this real? I saw something in the journal about a kidnapping. Catnapping! We're sorry, it was the only way. My head has begun to clear, and I realise that if I can talk to these cats, not only is it all true, it's already too late and I have the sickness. We need to have a talk, human. No, we don't. I know what's going on. I got the sickness, that's why I can hear you. What happens now? That rather depends on you, human. So you're going to help us or not? Yes, one day I will not help the little bastards. Of course I am. You need my help and I need yours if I'm going to find an antidote. Spoken like a true champion. Well, let's hope it's third time lucky. That should be more than likely. Unfortunately, the last one didn't get very far with discovering what happened to our friends. Didn't make an antidote either. I think with their notes to build on, I'm going to crack this. Well, I promise to give it my best shot, at least. Hooray! Respect. Jolly good show. My catalogue starts beeping. But right now I have to get to work. Okay. I'm just about to enter the lab to begin my legitimate work when the catalogue beeps a message without any contact information. Loose lips. I remember reading something about messages in a journal, but I was so sleepy last night, I don't recall what it was. I decided to ignore the mystery messenger for now, or I'll be late for work. The professor is already working when I arrive, but I'm not late, so there's no fuss. I get through the day as efficiently as possible and head back to my tent as soon as my work is done. I want to get to grips with finding out all I can as soon as possible. Okay, so we're ready. Well, let's hit the recon. Get that out of the way. We got 6 and 11. Can't stop thinking about those important fragrant pink letters Zane mentioned. Got to get my hands on one. Ooh. Remember, stealing letters is a crime. I run through the sequence one more time. I know it by heart, but I'm nervous. I've been watching long enough to be sure that the routine is just like clockwork, no deviations. Well, apart from one, and I've made that work for me. So the boat arrives at 1300 hours. Zane, always alone, talks to the older man Bob and hands over the post, while the younger of the two, Joe, loads up the dolly with boxes of supplies. Zane puts the envelopes, never more than 3, into his breast pocket of his jacket. That solves the mystery of why he always overdresses whenever the boat comes in. He then wheels the dolly to the mess tents and unloads the food supplies, then to the lab and unloads the medical supplies, next to the storage hub, where he unloads the remaining packages and leaves the dolly. Next he goes to Professor Pauper's tent. If the professor is in, he hands over 2 of the envelopes, keeping the 3rd, his puzzler, in his jacket pocket. Okay. More detail than we needed. If, however, the professor isn't in his tent, Zane makes his way back down to his chair on the dock, drapes his jacket over the back of it, and spends the afternoon on his puzzles, before going back again in the evening to deliver the professor's mail. He never lets the envelopes out of his jacket pocket, or the jacket out of his sight, so my only opportunity would be to pickpocket the security guard when he takes his jacket off. But that relies on Professor Pauper not being in his tent. Luckily, I've ensured with help of my feline friends that the professor will be held up during his out-of-grounds inspection. Usually, Pauper just Mirandas around the inner perimeter of the base camp area and checks that all is well. Most days, everything is. But today, Kibbles and Trixie have staged a little rumpus that will engage him for just enough time to miss Zane's delivery. He is, of course, sat in his usual place, jacket draped over his chair. Hi there, Zane. 127. I suppose we're on first-name terms now. I have a little something for you. Zane frowns, but does not look at me. His eyes are instead where they always are, on his crossword. I've made you a puzzle. He eyes me skeptically. A crossword, to be exact. It's pretty tricky if I do say so myself. I created the puzzle using all of the cat's general knowledge. Major and McMurphy thought of some particularly treacherous teasers, while Kibbles and Trixie offered some great obscure pop culture questions. Snooty Booty was mostly just trying to get the cat treats out of my pocket. Legit. I hand the paper to Zane, who's still frowning. This Dick's having a whale of a time? Is this a joke? Oh, it gets harder. Zane peers over the crossword. Why did you make this for me? Well, you know how bored I get, and I like you, Zane. Zane breaks into the first smile I've seen on his face, although small and slightly uncomfortable looking. I don't have anything for you. Yay! He's warming to me. The plan is going spiffingly. Who says spiffingly anymore? Oh, don't worry about that. All I want is for you to complete it. I make my hands into a heart shape while Zane is distracted. I feel stupid, but Murphy insisted that would be my signal for him to strike. And sure enough, along he slinks, cool as anything. He winds his feline body between Zane's legs unnoticed. Zane's tongue is now sticking out, and his shoulders are hunched in concentration. You stuck already? I dart a look at McMurphy to get ready to make his move. He throws me a disconcerting wink. It's not that hard, just that one about the archetypal counterpart to Yandy Ray. Oh yes, that's quite niche. Thanks for that one, Kibbles. While I engage Zane, I can see that McMurphy has already reached up, as though stretching against a chair, and nudged his nose into the inside breast pocket of the jacket. Oh, shoo, get out of it! I see McMurphy scamper off, and my heart sinks. Anyway, I'll check back later, see how you're getting on with it. Zane grunts in response. I walk back, dejectedly, to where McMurphy and I had agreed to meet after our mission was over. Suddenly, my spirits lift at the sight of a little pink corner peeking out from under the designated rock. Nice. We're now thieves. McMurphy, you're a star. There's no end to my talents. I snatch up the envelope, say goodbye to McMurphy, and head to the privacy of my tent. I examine my trophy, while the kettle boils. I'm touched by the pretty pink envelope and delicate fragrance, and feel suddenly embarrassed I am prying into the Professor's love life. What has gotten into me, getting notions of secret goings-ons and subterfuge? I'm about to put the letter back when I'm overwhelmed by curiosity. I wonder who this Professor's secret love could be. What are they like? Woman? Man? Other? Before I can contain myself, I've steamed open the flap on peeking inside. Not all I expected, and my previous suspicions came flooding back. The paper is in stark contrast to the pretty pink wrapping. It is a typed message on white paper. Percival, I've been informed of your latest subject. I'd rather hear about such things from you personally. It would not be wise to take my silence for authorization. Please keep this in mind for future transactions. I will let this indiscretion slide, but if it is ever repeated, we'll have no choice but to deal with you the way I dealt with 124. As for the project case study 6, is asthenic. Please act accordingly. P103 has been unsuccessful. Avoid any further investigation. Lab 9 has received the newest batch protocol to begin on the 8th. Finally, I trust your new assistant has arrived and is proving to be more helpful than the previous one. Chungus was helpful, you bastard. You seem to have had a run of bad luck in that particular area. Okay. As you know, I do not abide bad luck and will expect a reversal of fortune. Post haste. Faithfully yours. 7. Ooh. So maybe it's going this way because we're failing. Recon. Recon 11. More. Hang on, because the shipment's already been because we stole a letter from it. I've been asked to help with the loading and unloading of supplies today. This suits me because I've been itching for the chance of talking to the ferryman and his son. Assholes. I'm curious to see if they have any useful bits of info that might help me in my quest to find out the real story of this island. Don't talk to them. Don't talk to them at all. But only comes once a week and every other weekend. The weekend deliveries are all the good things, food, mail, treats, etc. And the mood is always light-hearted. These midweek trips, on the other hand, are strictly work-related and tend to be very early morning when we're all a bit grumpy, or late at night when we're overtired. Today it's so early that the light has only just broken. Zane and I are waiting down on the jetty. They're late. Really? It's only 5 minutes. Bob's never late. Must be quite a long trip though, to the mainland. You'd expect at least 5, maybe 10 minutes either way. Bob's never late. Remember that Zane isn't one for chit-chat, so I keep quiet and wait. Thankfully it isn't long before I can hear the sound of the boat's engine before I can see it, since the morning mist hasn't been burned off by the sun yet. Zane straightens up and suddenly they're here, emerging from the mist like a ghost ship. They've been doing it so long that it only takes them minutes to dock and tie off before we're stepping aboard. Right. Right. Another man of few words. I nod to Bob's son Joe and he nods back. I'm guessing we're the same age. He's huge. Problems? You extra crates held us up 5 minutes. Okay, me and Bob will do the shifting, you two do the stacking. Until we come back with the outgoing, you stay aboard and sort out the incoming. Got that, Brainy? He's looking at me. Brainy? I'm totally excited that Zane is giving me a nickname. But he'll crush the nickname is Brainy. Sure, you bring him, we fling him. I see I'm the only one grinning like a fool. Joe knows what to do. You do as you're told. Don't like these people. They've gone before I can say anything else. Joe has already started loading up the dolly with incoming crates. He's clearly an old hand at this. You look like you've been doing this your whole life. Family business? Move these crates there. They need to get off next. He sidestepped my question, but I'm not sure if it's deliberate, so I try a different tack. Don't go to college then, Joe? No. I'm not getting anywhere with this, so I changed to something less personal. Zane said you're never late, which is pretty impressive considering how far you have to come. This is like pulling teeth. How far is it exactly? Quite far. Oh really? Would you stop anywhere else en route? Or are we your only drop-off? And suddenly Joe has stopped what he's doing and is standing toe-to-toe with me, locked onto my eyes so that I can't look away. You have a lot of questions in you. My suggestion would be to keep them there inside. Don't do no good poking your nose into other people's business. I'm shocked by his bluntness. Sorry, I didn't mean to offend you, I was just making small talk. You live with all them cats. Learn from them. My heart beats faster. I think he's going to tell me something. What? All cats know. Curiosity kills them. Starts to laugh out loud. He's standing my mouth open. Not sure how to respond. What's the matter? Cat got your tongue? And he laughs even harder. I'm feeling creeped out and I'm really relieved to hear the two older men returning. Okay. Everything alright here? They have the crates they have the crates to be loaded onto the boat. What's up with you, Brainy? You look a bit wobbly. Not got your sea legs yet? We were playing cat and mouse, Dad. Bob turns sharply on his son and shuts him up with a look. You don't want to mind him. He don't mean no harm. Best take what he says with a pinch of salt. I see a look pass between him and Zane and get the feeling there's a lot more going on here than I understand. You need to get back now, Brainy. We can take it from here. I want to ask to stay, be given another chance, but all three men are looking at me and I just turn and slink away. I'm not part of the boys' club. Sorry, Murphy. I can hear a strange tapping sound, and it grinds on my brain until finally I have to go investigate. I've been tagging cats all morning and the sun is high and clear as blue sky now, so it's time to take a break anyway. I decide to follow the sound. I make my way further along the beach to inspect the rocks and cliffs that run around the perimeter of the island. Tap tap tap. Hard to tell if it's getting louder or I'm just getting more consumed by it. Suddenly the tapping stops and I hear a new sound altogether. It's a strange gurgling, like the sounds of the babbling brook that runs through the deep forest. but I wouldn't be able to hear that all the way from the beach. I stand still and strain my ears, listening intently. There it is again. A short eruption of burbles. I look around suspiciously and notice a barely concealed opening in the contours of the rock face. I feel compelled towards it. As I get closer, the gurgling shapes into gleeful giggles. Hello? I wait at the mouth of the cave, feeling like I've been lured here, at the same time like an intruder. Am I disturbing you? Oh man! Oh Trixie, it's you. What are you doing here? I could hear you all the way from up the beach. You're a long way off base. I can ask you the same thing, woman, but I wouldn't because I know you're here. You were drawn to me. I knew you would come sooner or later. I made it nice for your visit. Well, come in, Humi. She's disappeared into the darkness of the cave. Ooh. Squeeze myself in after her, and as my eyes adjust to the gloom, I am at the same time taken back by the light. We're in a small cavern, which should be pitch black, but it's not. It's a light source that my brain can't quite understand immediately. The rocks, or at least some of them, are radiating with warm golden pink glow, which gives the tiny cave a peculiar ambience, almost like a trashy nightclub. Take a piece of space and make yourself at home, Humi. I sit where I've been standing. This is not much from here. I start to take in my surroundings. Wow, Trixie, this is fantastic. All around us are different types of rocks, stones and crystals, all different colours, sizes and shapes. There are piles of the stuff in every nook and cranny, like a little Aladdin's cave. What exactly is this place, Trix? It's my pad. That's where I go to do my thing. We all need our thing, don't we? Yes, I suppose, but what exactly is your thing? Minerals. I collect them. More than just collecting them, though. I embrace them. You hug them? Trixie giggles. Yes, I do. But that's not what I meant. I connect with them and allow their properties to become part of me. We combine our energies. Okay. Not sure I quite understand. Look, it's easier if I show you. The small cat begins nudging and pouring some of the stones until she's lined them up in front of me. Okay. Here's my island family. Meats. Is it that fluffy butt? Snooty booty. That's gotta be Murphy. Who else have we got? Who are the other two? I've forgotten the other two. Oh, one's Trixie, so it's gotta be Trixie. And then the other one, Kibbles. The Grand Dame. She indicates a long slender pink stone, quite smooth and elegant. Feel her. I run my fingers over the shiny cold surface. Remind you of anyone? A smile breaks over my face, and Trixie begins to giggle. Yep, you got it. Only don't ever tell Snooty that I'm calling her Grandma. Okay, got that one. Here, how about this guy? Presented with a large squat chunk of rock, semi-covered with a kind of moss that gives the appearance of having fur. As I turn it, the light picks up the colour and I can see a warm, rich amber tone, almost like marmalade. Floofy! Makes me laugh out loud. That's really uncanny. The Major, in rock form. Mineral actually, but yes, Gramps has all the qualities to lead my little family. Already moved on to the next stone, and the resemblance is striking. It's a dirty green stone that fits very comfortably into the palm of my hand. It hasn't been polished like Snooty Booty, it's just a bit murky looking. But there are small patches that have been rubbed clean from handling. They're breathtaking emerald, catching the light so that green sparkles refracting and dancing around the cave. It's beautiful. Yeah, naughty Uncle McMurphy can be like that, don't you find him? 3 for 3. Oh, he certainly can. His charm is very beguiling. Who's missing? No one. What about Kibbles? Take a closer look, Humi. I strain my eyes in the gloomy light and see a flat, jagged piece of stone next to Floofy Butt, and then I get it. It's a pebble. He is a pebble. We both laugh. It really does seem to capture Kibbles, but it's hard to say why. Nice. It's the energy. Everything has energy, and we're all connected by it. Allow me to demonstrate. Take my paw and close your eyes. I do as instructed and hold the tiny paw in my hand, being as gentle as possible, because my fingers suddenly seem fat and clumsy by comparison. What do you feel? She's warm and fragile, and I almost feel like giggling. A bit tipsy, really. Okay, now keep your eyes closed and hold my other paw in your other hand. When I have both of her paws, the feeling is intensified. I begin giggling out loud despite myself, and I'm overcome with a delicious feeling of joy. Open your eyes. I look down and see that I'm only holding one of Trixie's paws, and the other hand is a small clear crystal, completely smooth. Oh wow, but how? It feels just like your paw, warm and furry. I know! Trixie's laughing. You were feeling the energy. This is me. Trixie indicates the crystal. Oh my goodness, Trix. This is so cool. Thank you for letting me meet you all. I notice her face change. She looks as though she's been hurt. Oh, Trixie, what is it? Are you okay? This isn't all of us. What? There's someone else in my alien family, but we don't talk about her anymore. Oh, she was the coolest sister ever. She's not with us anymore. Oh, Trix, did she pass away? No such luck. She's being kept alive. Trixie nudges a small black piece of stone towards me. Pick it up and look at it closely. There's thousands of specks of glitter running through it, giving it an iridescence. It looks like the night sky. I close my eyes instinctively. I'm immediately overwhelmed by the most intense sadness and despair. It feels as though all the pain in the world is captured in this little black gem. Gosh, Trixie, what on earth happened to her? I can't say. Not yet, anyway. She has taken the stone and hidden it before I even realise it's gone, and suddenly her mood has changed completely again. We need to get you one too, Humi. You should be mineralised, don't you think? I would be honoured, Miss Trixie. I'm really quite open for a scientist. It's actually a requirement that in order to be a good scientist you remain open-minded. Let me read your tarot. A bit thrown. That came out of nowhere. I don't know about that. Not as open-minded as you think then. That's not fair, I just wasn't expecting it. Come on then, yes or no? I'm determined to get it right this time. Yes, you want to know everything. Okay, why not? I played tarot once in uni, it was great fun. Oh, Humi, tarot isn't a game? Of course not. Go on then, tell me who I'm going to marry. Trixie lets out a small snicker. I don't know why, but I'm starting to feel a bit nervous. The Calico Cat produces a pack of cards with an intricate pattern on the back, and no opposable thumbs. Wow, that's a cool deck. Where did you get it? McMurphy got it for me. You won't tell me where from. He finds the coolest things. We've learnt McMurphy doesn't find things, he liberates them. Trixie places the pack of cards on the floor, begins waving her paws over it, and lets out a strange yowling sound. Finally she stops and fans the cards out in front of me. Okay, your turn. Close your eyes and slowly run your hands over the cards until you feel drawn to one. Touch it lightly. Repeat until you've chosen 3 cards. I self-consciously do as I'm told. I'm relieved that I'm not expected to make yowling noises too. I touch 3 cards, and when I open my eyes, Trixie's holding them in her paw, looking thoughtful. Very interesting. Your past is the Fool. Ha! The Lovers is in your present position. That's scandalous. And you have Justice in your future. But will you be handing it out or receiving it? Very interesting. Is that good interesting or bad interesting? There's no such thing as good and bad, really. It's all just information to help you, if you choose to listen to it. Okay, I'm all ears. Are you going to tell me that I'm a bit of a fool who falls in love and gets my just desserts? I notice that Trixie has become quiet and thoughtful as she studies the 3 cards. It feels like an age before she speaks. The position of the card represents your past, everything that has led you to your current situation. Fool is all about innocence and spontaneity. It's the first card in the Major's Arcana. It signifies beginnings. The Fool portends important decisions ahead which may not be easy to make and involve an element of risk for you. It's a powerful card, not to be underestimated. The next position is your current situation. The Lovers can be a misleading card, because it suggests being all about romance, but actually it's far more about making difficult choices. It warns that you need to consider things very carefully, because although a positive outcome is more indicated when this card is present, it also reminds us that pain is seldom avoidable. Finally, we have your outcome card, Justice. This augurs well for you, human. It is the most karmic of the tarot cards. If you behave with integrity, loyalty, and courage, you will achieve fantastic results and gain the highest possible success. Beware, though, that the sword cuts on both sides of the blade. If you sow the seeds of discord, you will reap disharmony in your life. There's a longish pause and I realise she's finished my reading. Thank you, that was fantastic. You're really good. What did it mean? Oh really, Humi? What did I say about listening? I heard every word, I just don't know what it means. Then go away and think about it. I will. I'll try. Just remember that it's all about interpretation. And listening. Interpreting the cards is listening. You need to listen to your inner voice, and the cards will help you hear it. I have much to learn, and I'm happy to teach you, Humi. She's beaming and glowing in the strange half-light of a magical cave. The effect is quite hypnotic. Well, I shall look forward to that, but right now I have a date with a microscope. Soon, Humi, soon. I make my way out into the bright sunshine and take a deep breath. I'm not sure what all that was about, but I think I rather liked it. That felt like it went well, although difficult choices. And we're going to get shot. Again. If you enjoyed this episode, then tickle the like button, perhaps subscribe and check out the rest of the channel. And why not join us on the Facebook, Twitter, Discord and Patreon. Links are in the description and rolling through the credits right now. I've been Landis. This has been Purrfect Date. Thank you very much and see you soon.